And welcome back to another opinion-filled edition to Michaela Loves Gymnastics. How are you guys doing this afternoon? I hope you guys enjoyed my videos that I posted today. My first video about Jade Carey and how I feel like her and her father are doing the right things in her approach to making this year's Olympic team. And I hope you guys watched my video that I just posted about gymnastics is finally back and we finally get gymnastics and how great it is. Now this video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit controversial. I'm asking all of my younger fans and followers to not watch this video because it's going to be a lot of cursing, innuendo, sexual content and stuff. So this video is entitled Kim Zemesko, what the hell? You used to be a gymnast. Right now, we all have heard about the horrible allegations about Kim Zemesko and her gym and her husband, Chris. We've all literally seen her push a girl, Emily, who was just coming back from being severely injured, to doing a super hard floor routine that it doesn't seem like she was capable of. And this message is for Kim. It's like, what the hell, girl? You used to be a gymnast. Not only you used to be the gymnast, you used to be Simone Biles, basically. You used to be the gymnast in USA Gymnastics. You were the world champion. You were the prospects to win an Olympic medal. You were the girl. Why is it that you, as a coach, have turned into this horrible monster that I'm sure you had to endure when you were a child? Could it be that you love this sport so much, Kim Zemesko, that you don't have the skill set, the copanisms to understand that all of the things that you went through as a child was wrong? And instead of pushing that onto other young girls, you should be the opposite of how you were raised or how you were brought up into the sport. But clearly that's not true. Clearly you must think that the way you were led to your career must have been the correct path, right? You don't see, Kim Zemesko, that about 1992, when your Olympic time came around, you were beat up, you were broken, you had a shot of not only winning the Olympics, but being kind of dominant. But Bella and Marta pushed you too hard, tried so hard to make you super thin, to make you super small, to stop you from getting to your puberty, that you think that you don't blame your failure in 2020, Laura, in 1992 on the Corollis, who fault it really was that you weren't at your peak. You blame it on your body. You blame it if you would have trained harder, if you was a little bit smaller, if you were a little bit lighter. None of this stuff would have happened to you. You, Kim Zemesko, even more than Simone Biles, is the most critical part of changing the culture in USA Gymnastics. Because why? You were once that girl. And now, instead of being the advocate, the voice of future young gymnasts, you are now the voice and the advocate for all the monster, horrible coaching practices. Kim Zemesko, you have to realize that Marta and Bella are no longer here. They are no longer here to bear the burden of all the blames of all the horrible, abusive practices that has been going on in USA Gymnastics for years. And who are they going to look at now, Kim? And you should see that they are looking at you. Why? Because you were the protege. Dominique Mucciano done basically said that the Corollis was everything but a child of God. Even Nadia Comaneci done kind of backed away from the Carolis. She used to be so heavily tied to the Carolis. Now she has her own thing that has nothing. She's always had her own thing that has nothing to do with the Carolis. But let's not lie. Part of Nadia's fame were hand in hand with the Carolis, and Nadia has kind of backed away from the Carolis. You, Kim Zmeskal, are the only living superstar that they have left. That I'm not going to say you defend them, you just continue on the traditions that they set in place, right? You continue, you, Kim Zmeskal, are that is the carrier of the torch to the either USA Gymnastics in the future is going to continue to be abusive and manipulative and shady and manipulate these girls to their gold medals, or are you going to be the key to saying instead of manipulating these girls into their gold medals to let the girls who want to win? Because right now USA Gymnastics, and I get it, it's a possibility that if we don't continue to push that, we will fall back. But right now in USA Gymnastics, we have so much talent that if Morgan Hurd right now says, you know what, it's too much pressure, I just want to go and compete for Florida next year, and I forego this whole Olympic cycle. As fans, we'll be hurt. As fans, I would be hurt. But the program would not be hurt. We could find other girls to replace her, right? Look at Trinity. We all, and when I say we all, I mean me, always is questioning what the hell is she doing. I wish she would pick one. She could be dominant in the NCAA if she would just focus on the NCAA, or she could make the Olympic team if she just focused on elite gymnastics. But guess what? For Trinity Thomas, elite gymnastics is not the end all be all. It's not the final step for her in her life, right? Winning a gold medal is not more important than her being mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy. And I just wonder, Kim Zmeskal, Mary Lou Retton, Nastia Liukin, as the girls who were Simone Biles of your era, as the girls who were the leader of the sports in your eras, how can you side with USA Gymnastics? How can you side with the coaches? Now, Nastia is a different predicament, and I get Nastia's predicament. Like, it's her father. Of course, she's going to be on her father's side. That's a totally different predicament, right? Kim, you were a coach. And Kim, let's keep it real. Christy Phillips has said some horrible stuff about the Carolis. You made your junior debut, I think, a year or two after Christy Phillips, so it's not that hard for me to believe that the Carolis, when you came around, was just magically nice to you. Or maybe they were nice to you, because this is what I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of the stories with the girls that we hear, right? And a lot of the girls be like, well, I never felt that, I never had that. It's because your talent level was so high that maybe they didn't have to push you like they had to push other people. Maybe you legitimately wanted to go to the Olympics and that was your dream. Whereas another gymnast, it wasn't necessarily her dream. They just forced that dream upon her, right? And I feel like Kim, going back to you specifically, I feel like you force your Olympic dream on girls who would choose to go to the NCAA route, but you choose to break them and have them believe that if they don't get in the Olympics, all of this gymnastics was for nothing. And it's not until after they get some horrible injury and then they go to the NCAA where they find the love of gymnastics. But it's kind of too late because you have broken them. Kennedy Baker. And the list goes on and on, Kim and Chris. And I just don't get it, girl. Like, you were a gymnast. You were not, it's not just, I'm not saying like you were a gymnast, like you competed. You were an elite. You were the world champion. You know more than most. Before you, Kim, Mary Lou, up until Mary Lou and Kim, up until the Shannon Miller, Dominique Dawes, Kerry Struck era, USA athletes weren't winning world and Olympic medals like that. Hell, in 1993, when we did have Shannon and Dominique, and we had two USA girls on the podiums winning medals, that was a first time. That was historic. We never had, before that time, a generation of girls where it was two girls who could win all AA titles and event titles, and we had two. And then if we're going to go towards the end of the cycle in 95, 96, we had Dom, Shannon, Dominique Dawes. When I say Dominique Mucciano, Shannon Miller, Dominique Dawes, and Kerry Struck. All four of them girls was actively competitive. And I'm sorry, Amy Chow. All five of them girls was actively competitive in that Olympic Games. And I think J.C. Phelps probably would have made beam finals if she had have not fallen in preliminary. So I mean, Kim, we did have you and Betty Okino too. I can't act like we didn't have Betty Okino in your cycle too. But Betty Okino, let's keep it real, just wasn't at the same level as you were, right? Maybe on beam she were, but maybe on ball, but on the other four events, I love Betty Okino. Don't come for me. I love Betty Okino. Do not come for me. So Kim, I just really, I want you to, it's not about winning. It's about guiding these girls to a successful life in the future. And I just hope that one day, Kim Zemesco, that you can find it in your heart to get to that place where you've been there. So instead of trying to get them to their Olympic goals, you're going to try to get them to their life goals. And those are my opinions. I hope you guys like this episode of Michaela Loves Gymnastics, and I'll see you guys in the next one.